This is JordanTower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Well, Camron goes off on Jim Jones again on the show. It is what it is. Now, Jim Jones walked out Gervonta Davis, and Gervonta lost. Okay. He got hit multiple times. Now, let's get to the stuff that matters first. We can recap some other stuff. But Camron says, me and Murder and Sat, after I told him I just got off the phone with Champ, meaning Gervonta, or Roach. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, he says, it is what it is. Talk to you know, he's claiming that Jim Jones is bad luck. I think he's right. He says, he told Mase, he says, you were right, man. Anytime you bring out Jim Jones, it's just bad luck. You know, the team will lose, and it's called bad energy. Okay, Jim Jones carries a lot of bad energy, a lot of animosity. If you ever see him, he's always combative with everybody. You know, Jim Jones is probably the biggest hater I've ever seen. He'll sign a bunch of people and never let them drop music. Name one rapper he's let go and still had control where they didn't have beef with him to get out of their deal with him and thrive. Nobody. Okay, because Jim Jones kept the Bird Gang under Bird Gang and never dropped them. He'll put them on a little bit. Stack Bundles and him would have clashed immediately. Stack Bundles had to get free of Clue because Clue wasn't holding him back. Clue just didn't have a home for him and Ransom at the time. And Stack Bundles asked for his release papers, and Clue signed him away. He didn't hold him back, and he went with Jim Jones. That was a huge mistake. Huge mistake. So Gervonta reacts to the fight, and he says, now his reaction after the fight, losing the fight, he says there was a bunch of hair grease in his face from getting his braids done. It was a joke, obviously, right? He says, they took the fight from me and made it a draw because I did that knee. But I landed most of my punches in the fight. He didn't even hit me with a punch when I took the knee. I get it, though. I shouldn't have done that. But the hair grease was burning my eyes. Yeah, okay. This is his stylist. She says, do you see too much grease? I don't. You know, she says, look around. You see any overloaded grease everywhere? Newsflash, you're not. Lee the Brand still ate those braids up, but don't make the girl the reason for being a draw. Oh, man. He got hit pretty bad. It was like, I don't think he could take it, man. I don't know. I don't think he trained enough for the fight, to be honest. He seemed kind of relaxed going into the fight. I don't know what happened. But all I know is Jim Jones walked him out, and it did not go so well. Mase got his flowers from Camron. Camron said, you're right about Jim Jones, man. He's just negative energy, and you can't keep this energy around you. Jim Jones is just really bad for business. And I know there's a lot of Jim Jones cheerleaders out there that just love Jim Jones and think he's like the ultimate goon, and everybody will bow down to Jim Jones. And I'm going to tell you something. It doesn't work that way. Okay? Jim Jones is he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Oh, no. He's a sheep in wolf's clothing, I would say, right? Because he does all this wolfing, but he doesn't do anything. Okay? He needs people to back him up. When you catch Jim Jones by himself, he's just Jim Jones, you know? And Jim Jones isn't a bad person, but for some reason he feels like he has to like be a tough guy all the time, you know? And people get tired of that, man. He still does it to this day. He needs to move on, man. You know, like he dropped his album. Who knows what it's going to do the first week? I don't think it's going to do like what you think it's going to do. He should have stuck with the Heatmakers. That's the best album he's made in the past couple of years. I think it was in 2019 he dropped that. It was really good. This album's all right, but It ain't going to do no numbers like that. Most of these songs people ain't even listening to. There's a couple. The ones he really promoted, like Jomo did 220. It ain't going to ever hit 1 million streams, I'm talking about. You got let's see, what else you got here? The Harlem song. We know that one's going to be going. And then he got this Cinema song with 504. Because 504 is on it, it did something. That's it, man. That's it. After that, and I'm not trying to be a hater because, like, it is what it is. But, like, he's trying to be a drill rapper on here. He doesn't know who he wants to be. He's like, I got to get the youngins. Yo, but just appease your fan base, bro. Like, look, this is where it was over. Gervonta, you had Jim Jones and Joel's walking you out. You could have chose anybody. Anybody. And you chose these guys. 50 Cent would have walked you out, to be honest. That would have been a nice jab back at Mayweather, right? But you chose these guys. These guys were more concerned about shooting a music video in the back with Jake Paul, because Jake Paul was there. Then he got rocked. Camron says, in response to Jim Jones' little Breakfast Club thing last week, we kind of went over this earlier. Jim Jones was exposed for lying. So you little cheerleaders, go look at the text messages. Camron said you wanted to do verses for free. It was on your bucket list. Stop trying to rewrite history. Now you got in the Garden, and you got a loss in the Garden and the Barclays. Camron knew he didn't want to do verses. There's not enough unity with Dipset to do a verses. They tried, but there's just not enough unity. It's not like the Locks, And he says, and y'all guys ain't eating. Because Jim Jones says, Camron backdoored us for himself. Jim Jones, all your people are always starving. I've seen it for myself. You don't feed anybody. Jeez, the only people that are eating, they just go out and get it on their own. And they come back once in a while. Camron puts people on to eat. Look at Jim Jones. Look at Joel's. Look at all these. He put them in positions to make money. Jim Jones doesn't put people in position to make money, and Joel's doesn't really put people in position to make money either. They're scared to pass the torch. So here's the original text with Jim Jones begging him to do verses. This opportunity's bigger in life, man. It's not about money for me. It's the money. Because Camron had a tour lined up for them to go make real money, right? He was like, I don't want to do the verses. It's going to mess up the tour. He says, the money makes it even better. But this is my ultimate bucket list and dream since we started this stuff. Verses didn't even exist when he started this. Verses became a thing during the shutdown in 2020, 2021. And all that happened there is Timbaland and Swiss Beats took advantage of everybody and made a bunch of money. They took a formula that already existed with Smack and applied it to their little thing. And, yeah. I'm willing to give you my money so you can make the money you feel you deserve. So you can do this concert, man. What's the problem, man? No shade. And it's an opportunity for everyone to eat, not just have money, but the platform. It can change a lot of business and bring a lot of business to us as a group. And his solo artist. Because really, that's what he was concerned about, right? But really, I just want to touch that stage in a big way. And if I have to take a loss to make a gain, we'll do it. So Camron wasn't going to just take his money. He says, let me work on this deal, right? He says, it's not about the money for me, bro. It's about people making more paper off us than we make off us. Supreme and others. Swiss and them ain't pay nobody. Then sold the company for $40 and $50 million. I'm trying to get back for what they did to Cold Crush. I wish he put the rest of the text message in there. Because honestly, Jim Jones is just caught as a liar, man. And you guys still want to believe everything this guy says, man? Jim Jones is a liar. 50 Cent celebrates 20 years ago today. Released my second studio album, The Massacre. This album featured the hit songs Candy Shop, Little Bit, Disco Inferno, and more. It sold 1.1 million copies in its first 4 days. Oh, yeah. Max B. He reacted to 50 Cent calling out Jim Jones, saying, Delusional Jomo only got one song, Ballin', written by Max B. Better shut up before I have True Life chasing you around the city again, punk. And then he says, Max B says, 50 had to remind y'all of the past. Ow. Stacks wrote Ballin' too. Stack models. Anyways. This is JordanTower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.